It's Make and Take Monday, y'all, and this month we are making this adorable mini tag book that coordinates with my brand new Word Studies collection. And as usual, if you're watching this on Monday, you can get this kit for free. Keep watching because I'm going to tell you how in just a few minutes. Well, hello and welcome to Pink Paper Peppermints. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Melissa, and we are going to make this beautiful tag book kit today. This is Make and Take Monday. I normally do this on Instagram, but today we are doing it on YouTube, and I'm going to explain how you can get this kit for free so that you can make it along with us in just a few minutes. So what you're going to want to do is print out 2 of your tag sets and 2 of your page sets, and that's of course up to you. As you see how we're going to make this, you can add more pages or take some pages away depending on how you want to make it, and then you're just going to cut out all your pieces. And I'm starting with the composition cover. Now you can make the composition the cover, or if you like the rulers better, those can be the cover. You also get some pattern paper, some map paper. That could be the cover. It's really up to you. I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it today. I'm going to put a label on the front of it, and I'm just testing out the different colors. The yellow looks really cute with it, but I think I'm going to go with pink because that's my favorite. And these are our pages. They're made with vintage penmanship paper, and I printed those on regular paper instead of cardstock so they'd be easier to write on. And these are our file tab dividers. I've printed out 2 sets of these because what I want to create is a word study book, and I know that I'm going to need at least 6 of those. That extra set of covers, we're going to use those later. I'm going to show you some fun tricks to do with those. So I'm attaching my label to the front of my tag here, and this is a journal card from my Word Studies journal card collection, and this card says Word Studies at the top. It's actually where the collection got the name, and I'm going to cut that out and use that as part of my title. Of course, you could write your title, you could stamp your title on, lots of ways to do a title on your mini book. So now I'm just decorating the cover of my tag book. I'm using a doily and a little silk flower, and I like to just scrunch those up and then staple them in the middle with my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm going to flip it over and do a little dedication page kind of. I'm using the scripture from that journal card that we cut up for the title, and I'm also going to stamp with rotary stamps. I'm using this one from A Beautiful Mess, which is a date stamp. It's my favorite one. And this is from American Crafts. It's Creative Devotion, and it's got some really sweet sayings on it. And I love rotary stamps. I don't know, I'm just sort of obsessed with them lately. I've been using them on everything. I have kind of a huge collection because I can't resist them. And so now I've got that all stamped on, and you can see that I've sewn on as well. I sewed my doily on and went in and sewed a little bit on the label because I love sewing so much. But of course you can use adhesive, you could use a stapler, you don't have to sew. That's just my preference. So now I'm going to write my titles on my file tabs, and I'm doing different words that the Lord's been speaking to me about, and I'm writing some scriptures and just sort of studying on those words. Behind each of these tabs, I'm going to fill in with scriptures. So I'm decorating my first tab page with a mini flashcard from my flashcard set from Word Studies collection. From my Word Studies collection, why can't I say that? And a butterfly from the ephemera kit from Word Studies. And I think I want to make this a pocket, so I'm going to sew around 3 sides of it to make a pocket, but you could use double-sided adhesive as well. And I'm going to attach this tab here and some fabric. And then I'm going to use some of my extra labels and wrap those around one of the tags. There's lots of ways that you can use these labels besides just for the cover. So I'm just going to wrap that around, and I'm going to just sew down the side and see if I can create a little tuck spot with those. So I'm back from the sewing machine, and you can see here I've sewn around the 3 edges of the mini flashcard to create the pocket. You can see that pocket there. I've sewn my little flag on and a little piece of fabric, and I found a piece of pom-pom trim by the sewing machine that I attached to my little tuck spot there. And now we're just going to punch some holes in our tags. And what I like to do, I punch a hole in the first tag, and then I use that to kind of guide me for the next tag and so forth. The holes don't have to line up exactly, but it does make it easier if you're putting ribbon or you're using a binder ring to attach all your tags together. If they're pretty close. So I'm using some bead chain because I thought that would be a pretty way to attach all my tags. And you just want to use something pointy like some scissors or a pencil to line up your holes and attach your chain or your binder ring. And then I'm going to add ribbon. Now I'm adding ribbon to this first piece, this first cover, but I decide later that I want to add ribbon to a lot more of the tags because I love that big full ribbon look at the top. So these are our leftover covers, and I just wanted to show you a couple of things that you could do here. I'm folded this up on the bottom, and I'm going to take these labels and I'm not going to cut them all the way out. I'm just going to cut around the edges. So I've sewn up the sides of my tag there to create a pocket, and I cut this word out of one of the little mini flashcards and I'm attaching that. This is a little Bible that is from my vintage ephemera kit, and here are those labels. You can see I've cut them all the way out except for the middle, and then you just fold them in half and you've got a little mini label book that you can tuck into your pocket. And that's one of the ways that you can use those leftover covers. Obviously, besides just using them as tags. And this is the composition cover. We're going to cut this out, but we're not going to cut it out all the way. We're just going to cut 3 sides because we're going to cut the end off, and I'll show you here. I'm just going to snip that end off like that. Now don't throw that end piece away because you can take that and use it as a label on one of your inserts or one of your journals. So we're going to take this piece that we have left over and fold it in half, and now we're going to take one of our extra labels and use it, and we're going to create kind of a little mini composition book with it. And you can put your label on all different ways. You could wrap it around the side. I really like the way it looks on the front because I think it makes it look like a little mini composition book. So I took it over to the sewing machine and sewed it up, and I sewed in a flashcard and some leftover book pages and made a tiny little composition junk journal. And I've got my roller stamp again that I'm stamping on the cover here, and it's going to be all finished. A really quick, cute little mini junk journal that you can tuck into a pocket in your tag book. So that's another way that you can use those leftover covers if you have to print 2. Well, let's talk about how you can get this kit for free. So if you're watching this on Make and Take Monday, September 23rd, 2018, you can actually get this kit for free. Just go to my shop, the link is in the description, and put the kit in your cart, check out as usual, and when it asks for the code, you're going to put the code that you see on the screen right now. Now, if it's not Make and Take Monday, you can still use that code and get 20% off this kit so that you can make this cute little tag book with us. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, would you do me a favor and give me a like or maybe share it with a friend? I would so appreciate that. And if you'd like to see a more detailed flip through of this book when I'm all finished, let me know in the comments. I'm not really sure if that's something that you guys want to see, if you want to see all the details when I'm finished, or if you'd rather just see it like it is now when it's been decorated. Just let me know in the comments what you think you would like to see in the future. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time here on Pink Paper Peppermints.